Hey, what's going on guys, G1X here, and today I thought we'd take a look at Transformers Generations Leader Class Jetfire. So this is one of those figures that we're going to be doing comparisons with the original G1, so we can see that in alt mode, and also in the robot mode as well, so we can kind of see the similarities and differences. This is the Hasbro version, so it does have the red chrome. I know a lot of people have complained about that. If you don't like the red chrome, then there's some fixes to where you can strip it, or you can just go buy the Takara, which has the regular red plastic. But this guy, he doesn't look too bad in my opinion. I do have a couple of gripes. The red chrome is not one of them. First one that I have is the little red paint that goes around here. You can definitely tell that it's red painted on top of the white because it's so light. It almost looks kind of like a pinkish color. Like this looks red until you hit it in the light, and you can definitely tell that it's kind of a more pink color than it is red. Especially whenever you compare it to something that is just true red. So you can kind of get the difference there. I just wanted it to be a deeper, darker red than what this is. It's just too light. So that's one little complaint, but it's something that's very minor considering that majority of the vehicle or the figure is all white. So there's very little red on him, and you're not even going to see this in his robot mode anyway. And most of you guys are going to display him in your robot mode, so there you go. There is one other little gimmick that this guy comes with, or more accessories. He has his gun, which does have a missile, does fire, sensitive like all the other ones. I've hit myself in the face, so I'm going to leave it off. I'm just going to attach this. So you can go this mode if you wanted to, which it's a little ridiculous. That would not be something that I would display on Matt. I would just kind of leave them this way. But let's go ahead and do some comparisons with the original G1 Jetfire. So we can kind of see what they were pulling from. Obviously, the red throughout here where they skip on the white here on the sides, they wanted to make that as accurate as possible. Obviously, the Autobot logo here at the front. The wings you can kind of see. Now, this is kind of a more modernized looking jet than this one here. But you can see they got the little booster packs up here. This guy didn't have guns. Now, you can take these guns off, and you can put them here onto the sides if you'd like. Or there's another place where you can put them up underneath, but I kind of like them out here to the side, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, looking here at the side, if we can get them both in there, you can kind of see again with the red down here, with the leg armor, it's the same here. You don't have to take this off, you don't have to take that off if you don't like. And we'll take a look here at the back. And the way that, this guy is assembled is pretty much the way this guy is assembled. Where you have, the arms here in the middle, feet out to the side. So it's a little bit different in the transformation just because, these can rotate and they change it up a little bit, but it's still kind of simple. I thought whenever I got this new guy in, that it was going to be a complicated transformation where I'd have to look at the directions quite a few times. It was basically looking at him once, transforming it, and then I was like, okay, let me practice this, without looking at the directions again, and had no problems with it. That being said, I'm probably going to screw up on camera, but hopefully not. But let's go ahead and if I can do one more comparison, something that most people have. Here you got Masterpiece Lambor or Sideswipe, so it's the only thing that I had in alt mode lying around. Alright, so to get this guy transformed, first thing that we're going to do, we already have the gun off here to the side. I'm going to take these little sections off, put those to the side, and do it with that. And we can take this little backpack thing off. It does rotate. There's these two little clips, so you can do this. I don't know why you would need it to, but it plugs in on those two clips right there. And if you just wanted to display him this way without his armor, there's that. Now I think, I'm not 100% positive. I totally forget if his cockpit can open up. I just can't see a way to... Oh, did I get it? Oh, hang on. This is the first time that I've actually got it. Yeah, it does open. I have no idea how I did that. I've been trying to get the thing open here for quite a while now, and I just got it open on accident. So looks like you got a couple spots where you could put a pilot. I don't believe you're going to be able to put the little guys that come with the Masterpiece Seekers in there. So I have no idea how I got that open. Let me see if I can do it again. I have no idea. Do you like just shake this or push this? No? Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and get to the transformation. Which, pretty easy. So we're going to flip this landing gear in. You can just leave these armor pieces on. If you wanted to take them off, and place them somewhere else if you want them here, or connect to the booster pack. You can see the landing gear stays there, but we're just gonna leave it on. There's no reason to take it off. Now to take this back section off, this piece is connected into this thruster that way. There's a peg, and then you can see that there's a peg right there with this leg into this wing. So first thing that we're gonna do is pop this leg back. We'll pop this leg back, then we'll pop this back and pop that off. So now everything is disconnected from this section. Now you see that all this is kind of hanging loose. I believe someone was telling me, they were like, yeah, I just don't like how these legs, they just sit there and they don't peg it into anything. They actually do. This thruster pack will plug in there, like I said, and then this will plug into the bottom port of this wing. So once that's all done, this will accordion back. And you can kind of see there, you have the two different joints there, and just bend that back all the way to where it lays flat. Then you're going to grab this section and just pull up and lay that back. Next thing we're going to do is, these two sections are a little tricky to get to, but I figured if you kind of bend it, or kind of like put a little force to, so it has a gap there to where you can get your fingernail in there, you're not going to break it. So unless you're, my buddy Chris, which he probably would, but he just breaks all his toys. But you just don't put like a ton of force, just enough so you can get your fingernail in there and pop it out, or maybe you can get like a little paper clip or something like that and get there in there. Now with this section, you're going to want to come down with this whole section, including the head. Sometimes it gives you a little bit of problems. I've found that, and make sure those are open. While we're pushing this back, if you kind of pull back with these legs and kind of just separate them just a little bit, you can see that the plastic's bending, and it's going to make that so much easier. Then come open with that. Go ahead and close those up. Go ahead and spin the head around, which looks pretty nice. Then with the legs, we're going to come down with this entire section here, or not all the way yet, but right about there. Come right about there. Go ahead and split that apart, and those will sit out just like so. Then with this section, you can see that there is a peg right here, or little notch right there, that's going to fit right in there, so you can see that. So that's going to plug in there. Do the same with this one. And this section is going to come up. And this section is going to plug into that arm there. And you got these pulled down. So we'll go ahead and plug that in. Plug that in. And with the wing, you can see the wing right there, how it has a little peg. Also behind this arm, if you can see that, you're going to get that in there. And that secures the arms. Just rotate the legs. Come out with the feet, which are on these little double joints right here, down here as well. And just rotate the arms. Get those situated however you like. See in camera? Yeah. There we go. And there is Jetfire, obviously without all his armor on, but wanted to go ahead and get into the one major complaint that I have with this guy. I was getting him out of box. This is a leader class figure, and I knew that he was going to have some hollowness in him. Whenever I picked him up, I was just like, oh wow, that is really light. Would have helped out if they would have put, I don't know, some weight down here in the feet, but man, this guy is just extremely light. I mean, if you can kind of look at the legs, you can kind of hear how light the figure is. Good comparison. Did I just lose that missile? I think I shot Roadbuster's missile. They're about the same in weight. This guy's only slightly, and slightly, I mean just real slight, lighter than the Voyager in weight. But let's go ahead and get this guy armored up. Where's the backpack here? You're going to come down with this, plug that on, and come back up with that section there. And with these arm sections, you can see that there's some hollowness there. That doesn't bother me. It's mainly the legs, since that's what really needs to have the most weight in it for it to be stable. And his gun, which I'm not going to put the missile in. But there is Jetfire. Make sure we get him in frame. And if you'll give me a moment, or it actually won't be a moment for you, but I'm going to transform the G1. And that way we can do a couple of comparisons with the two. But as far as design, I like the guy. I just wish there was a little bit of weight in his legs. I wouldn't have, had a problem paying just a little bit more, just to, thicken up the legs, so he wouldn't, just be more stable, especially over time. But that's really the only complaint that I have so far. So give me a moment. All right, now that we got the G1 transformed, now you can see these guys side by side. The G1's obviously just a little bit taller, maybe a head taller, but with his little thruster pack here on the back, it makes him, I guess, a little bit taller as far as just overall height goes whenever you put him on your shelf. But wish this guy came with like some nice stickers like we got with Whirl and Robuster. That would have been like a little nice added bonus because, the original, he came with stickers as well. That's something that we can always track down through repro labels, and we can kind of juice him up a little bit. But if they were going for the whole cut cost, the only way we could get this figure is for them to not give us stickers. Also make him extremely light. I guess I'm happy with the figure. And, I think what is it, like $45, maybe $50 or something like that. But it's not bad. It's just, I just have a couple of things that I think could have made it a little bit better. But taking a look at these two guys side by side, it's pretty awesome. I think overall they did a nice job. And I'm happy to have this guy. You can see all the, the hollowness and stuff like that. It's part of transformation, but it just seems like it's a thin plastic. Like, thinner than usual. So, one other thing that I wanted to show off is he does come with a different face option. So this is supposed to represent the G1 toy. It's just pull this to the side because it just clips on these over these ears here. Here's a look at his face, which does have some light piping in there. It'll show through whether you have this on here or you have just his regular face. And that's a really nice face sculpt. I like that. I will go ahead and leave that off. We'll go through the articulation. As far as his head, obviously rotates. This goes up and down quite a bit, so really nice movement there in his head. That came pegged. There we go. I think that. There we go. All right, his arm you can hear some decent ratchet joints in there. You also have the swivel here. This goes in and out. You have the bend at the elbow. So it can go a little bit more than 90. Nothing in the wrist. Nope. Nothing in the waist. The legs can go farthest. Go back. These rotate here as well. Quite a bit. Nothing here in the thigh, just up here. The knee can go quite a bit as well, as you can see. And the foot can go back and forth. So not bad articulation. I like them. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you getting him? Are you going to wait for the Takara version? Are you stripping the plastic? Are you satisfied with this if you got it or are getting it? So talk to you guys later. Peace.